Good evening, everyone. This is Kim Jacobs, and I hope that you all are safe with your families and doing well on this evening. I am going to be giving a variety of updates on this broadcast. What will happen is we'll have a prayer. We will talk about ways to give. You'll also hear some standard updates that are happening around the United States that are important for you to be aware of. And my goal is to be able to have you get all of this done in a one-stop shop type of format. So if you're waiting for the update from me, Kim Jacobs, your balance doctor, then what I've done is I've actually a variety of sources to pull together the information so that it's right here in one video for you. And so you can definitely pass this video along to your friends and your family, your loved ones, people that may be throughout various communities that would like to go to one location to hear some information. The information that I'm giving you is from various sources around all kinds of ways that I've done research to be able to provide you the most up-to-date information. And now again, I'm Kim Jacobs, I'm the balance doctor. And on this evening, I'll start off with a word of prayer. The prayer that I'm actually reading from is worldvision.org. And as I read this prayer, as we begin our broadcast for this evening, keep in mind that I'm always going to put my flair to it, which is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So not every word is verbatim from World Vision, but I'm kicking today's broadcast off with a prayer. Then I'll be going into ways for you to give. And then I will also talk about some updates that are pertinent for what's happening here pertaining to the coronavirus. So let's start tonight with Jesus. During your ministry on earth, you showed your power, caring by healing people of all ages and stations of life, from physical, mental, and spiritual ailments. Be present now, Lord. Be present now to people who need your loving touch because of COVID-19. Now, this prayer specifically, when they specified it, it was for patients that are already infected with coronavirus. So this prayer is for patients around the world that are already infected with the virus. And I really thought this was a good prayer to share with you all. So be present now, Lord, with people who need your loving touch because of COVID-19. May they feel the power of your healing through the care of the doctors and the nurses. And right there, I'd like to add that, listen, God created the doctors and the nurses too, and he's given them their gifting. So we're grateful for doctors and nurses that are able to care for and willing to care for patients that may have this virus. And so I'm asking God to just put a special blessing over those individuals, the healthcare professionals that are sacrificing themselves even to care for others in a selfless manner. So that's not in here. I'm just adding the Kim Jacobs stuff to it, okay? May they feel the power of your healing through the care of these doctors and nurses. Take away any fear that people may be experiencing, any anxiety, any feelings of isolation from people receiving treatment under the quarantine. Any people that are quarantined, take away the fear that they may be experiencing, Lord. Allow them to have some level of peace and know that you're with them. Give them a sense of purpose in pursuing health and protecting others from exposure to the disease. Protect their families and friends and bring peace to all who love them. People that are being affected by this disease need as much love and support and prayer as possible. There are other prayers that were listed there, and I'm sure throughout the times that I do updates, I'll share some of those prayers as well. But that's found at worldvision.org is a prayer site that I went and just liked the prayer on there particularly, and just wanted to share that with you. One thing that you can do, first of all, I'm glad to see that you all are joining in, and definitely share this with your friends. You can start watch parties. You can also subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show. I'm going to put everything that I do. It will also be on YouTube in case you'd rather just grab a YouTube link and send it. You're welcome to do that because not everyone actually has Facebook. So later tonight, this same video that you're watching will be uploaded to YouTube. It'll also be put on like SoundCloud and Google Sound, all of those different things that are where you can download them from podcasts. So you'll be able to actually download all of the information that I'm sharing with you as well, to be able to share that on any electronic devices with your friends and family and loved ones. Everybody uses different mediums to be able to communicate, and so whatever method works best for you, then make sure you pull that method and share it with your loved ones so people don't miss out on the information. People are interested in donating to organizations to be able to make sure that the people that are in need get the assistance that's needed. I can give you an example. So many people are reaching out to me personally as a Balance Doctor, and they're asking, how can I donate? I mean, how can I get some help to be able to take care of my family during this time? And I've been referring them to various agencies, and they're responding back and letting me know how that's going for them. But I've recognized that some of the requests are way more than what I'm just personally able to handle. And so I definitely would love if you all would be willing to donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation. This is obviously a great time for Gabe's Heart to kick in, and it is indicative of who Gabe is as an individual, even as one of my witnesses in heaven. He would be super happy to have anybody donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation. And between me and the team of people that work with me with Gabe's Heart Foundation, we will get those resources to the appropriate people that are in some serious need. And they need resources, they need finances, they need an opportunity to be able to take care of their families. And I feel bad if I can't do everything by myself, but maybe together collectively, the funds that you all can give, we can help some serious families that are in need. So if you'd like to donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation and allow doing it Gabe's way, random acts of kindness, which in this case, it won't be the random acts of kindness because there are specific people that are officially asking for donations. So it won't be a doing it Gabe's way random act where I'm just going out in the community and randomly only blessing people, but some people will be random and other people will be people that have actually been reaching out asking for assistance, and some of their agencies are not up and running to be able to get, like one lady called and she was saying, well, my office was closed today, so I guess I'll try back tomorrow. And I was like, God, I really wish I could have just said, hey, guess what? 10 people donated to Gabe's Heart Foundation, and I'm going to give you one of those donations right now, and let some people get a benefit while they're also trying to prepare for their families as they're going into some type of in-home situation. So please donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation. The way that you can do that is through gabesheartfoundation.org, Gabe's, G-A-B-E-S, heart.org, or gabesheartfoundation.org. Or you can also Cash App to Gabe's Heart. You can do the $ and Cash App to Gabe's Heart, and that's G-A-B-E-S, Heart. You can also go to Givelify, and Givelify, Gabe's Heart Foundation is also on Givelify. So that is definitely a way for you to donate. One thing that I've noticed is that there are organizations that are in community-based organizations that are doing like bags of food, and they're handing them to people in their cars that are like almost like a drive-through kind of situation. I saw that on one of the news outlets earlier today. And I think that's just to be commended, because there are people that are seriously in need right now, and they may not have the funds to be able to go to Costco's or Sam's or Walmart or wherever to do bulk shopping, but they still have that significant need. And it would be great if there are organizations, which there are lots of organizations. I mean, Gabe's Heart is just one, because I know what we would do with the funds, Gabe's Heart Foundation, but you can definitely donate to other organizations that you may feel more comfortable donating to it in your own local area. As long as those funds are going to help the individuals, that's all anybody could ask for. So if you donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation, it can be any amount. It can be $1, it can be $5, $10, $20, whatever, 100, 1,000, whatever it is that you can donate, because you may say, you know what, my family is set, but I would love to be able to help another family. Send that donation to Gabe's Heart Foundation, and I will make sure, along with my team, that we get that to some appropriate individuals, and we'll keep you abreast of what we're doing with those funds so that you'll see, hey, this is what's happening with the donations that you made, okay? Let me go on to some more news. Oh, okay. And then y'all know I love the Lord. I love my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So when anything impacts the church, it's already very impactful to me, because it's like, oh my goodness, the house of the Lord is being impacted in different areas throughout the nation. And we're trying, obviously trying to comply with the laws of the land, and that's also biblical and spiritual as well. But when Regal Cinemas and I know Regal Cinemas, I can tell you that they actually announced a shutdown until further notice. I was like, wait, what? What? I was like, wait, what? I am a movie fanatic. Anybody that knows me knows I love going to the movies. I want to see them when they first come out. And I'm like front and center, like, hey, what's up? So I'm one of those people that have like the unlimited. I just can go and see my movie right quick. And I'm excited about that. Oh my goodness. I would say girl, but it's a lot of guys too. So I'm like, y'all, when Regal Cinemas said we shutting down right now due to the coronavirus, whoo, that did me in for a minute, okay? And I got a big old email notification. I didn't get a notification yet from AMC. I'm sure they're going to be soon to follow if they haven't already, because I go to Regal or AMC. It doesn't even matter. I just go to the movies because I like movies. That did me in. Now you're going to have to lean heavily if you want to watch a movie on Netflix or what is it? Hulu or your cable channels or whatever. If you can go ahead and just, focus on the movies in that area, or you can just focus on getting that good old fashioned Word of God out, and you can go on a journey right through the Word of God all the time. Because even no matter what media outlets and things that are available are shut down, if you get that sword right there, you're good to go, and you can just take yourself on a nice journey through all of the parables that are right in the Bible. All right, let me go on to a couple of other things. I have lots of information to share with you guys, so I hope you guys, are prepared. You got something to drink, whatever is going to work for you to be able to just have a relaxed moment for us to get up to date on what's happening here. President Trump, he is urging the nation to adhere to the new nationwide guidelines. And you may already know some of this information, but again, I want you to be able to come here and hear it firsthand from me based on just pulling it all together as a resource guide for you. So you may have already looked at 20 different sources, but I'm trying to save you and spare you the time to do that. So here, the new nationwide guidelines is to avoid gatherings of 10 or more. That's the newest guidelines as of today. 10 or more, they would prefer, President Trump announced that he would prefer and urge people throughout the nation to stop gathering in groups of 10 or more. Hence, that's why my movie shut down, because I was, going in your mask and everything and just call it a day. I'm here trying, don't talk, let's just watch this movie, right? No. If it's 10 or more, they want you to shut it down. Homeschooling is encouraged. These are guidelines that's listed right through President Trump, and he's made this a public announcement. Work from home if possible. The elderly is urged to stay inside. So speaking of elderly, let me take a moment to say, if you know that you have some elderly individuals and they can't get out and you're somewhat near them, please make sure that you offer to take a bag to their door even and say, look, this is just to come and bring something to you so that you're not in a situation where you don't have what you need. And I know people from our church have been doing that, and I'm very pleased to hear those praise reports when I've heard those, and from other churches as well. So it's not only one or two churches that's doing it. Churches from around the community are doing this. They're really being a blessing to the elderly. So I encourage you, if you know of elderly people that they've already told every elderly person to stay inside, then somebody needs to, obviously, and people need to be doing things to try to get some things to them. If you donate to Gabe's Heart Foundation, we will get some things definitely to the local community. And if you donate and there's some people that are outside of the local community, then I'll get some people in that city, in another area. If I have like an overflow of donations coming into Gabe's Heart Foundation, Cash App Gabe's Heart, or go to gabesheartfoundation.org, I will make sure that the people in different cities I'll cash up somebody else in a whole nother city if there's a significant need, or a whole nother state, and get that money over to help that person in need. So it's not like it's just limited just to where I'm located. All right, let's keep that moving. Everyone should avoid eating in public places. This is the recommendation from the President of the United States. Stop eating in public places. It's not recommended right now. So get some groceries if you can. If you can't, hopefully through Gates Heart Foundation donations, and you put in a request of some sort, you can definitely inbox me and let me know you do have a need, and I'll try to match that need along with my team that helps me. I know Cassandra Davis helps me all the time. Chantel Patterson helps me. I have people that help me. Sean Hall helps me with Gates Heart Foundation. Frank Jr. helps me. And people that are on the team, they'll look at these requests. You can inbox right to Gates Heart Foundation's Facebook page. You can also inbox to me personally and let me know what the need is. And I'm not saying that I can personally meet the need, and that's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that as a community, if we pull together and I get the donations, then I'll be able to allocate those resources appropriately to help those that are seriously in need, okay? New York City. Starting according to tonight, I think it was around 8 p.m., they shut down gyms, movie theaters, and casinos. All casinos, movie theaters, and gyms are officially closed. That's important to know. Here people are putting comments. Let me make sure I see some of these comments. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. She put GatesHeartFoundation.org website. If you'd like to go there and click donate now, you can. You can also, you can call Cassandra Davis if you'd like to donate by credit card. Thank you, Cassandra. And her phone number is 704-620-2786, and she will accept the donation. And you can donate right through credit card if you don't have Cash App, or you don't want to go online to do it through Givelify or anything. And the Cash App is Gates Heart. Okay, Sean Hall put a communication on here that San Francisco is going on a 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks. So again, thank you, Sean. Anybody that you're finding out different resources while we have our time together, you can definitely post those resources right here. And that way other people that are coming back to see the videos can see those resources as well and click on those links. And even if you're watching it or hearing it, because some of you are hearing it on a podcast and some of you are seeing it on my YouTube channel, I'm going to verbally say it as well. So San Francisco is going on a 24-hour lockdown for 3 weeks. They want you to stay indoors due to the coronavirus. Kanice, lots of love and kisses to you, and thank you so much for being on. Kanice actually has a daily devotion every night at 10 p.m. So you can definitely go to Kanice Etwaru, Etwaru, and she is also the author of This Is How I Fight My Battle, and that's the compilation book project that I'm a part of. Powerful woman of God, and I cannot encourage you more to go and be a part of her daily devotions. And her name is Kanice on Facebook. You'll be able to tune in nightly and you will be blessed. Let's see, lots of other people are on with us this evening. My mom is on. Hey, Mommy. I cannot believe you were savvy enough to get on this social media, Facebook Live, or now some of you are hearing it on YouTube and on my podcast. But my mom, I have to just stop and say, I could not ask for a better mother that God would bless me with in life. And I'm not going to sit here and get emotional, but I am so grateful to God that I would be blessed with a mother that he blessed me with. My mom loves, when I say she loves people hard, she goes all in. My mom came here and helped me in Charlotte, North Carolina when our son passed away, when our 12-year-old son passed away, Gabriel. My mom literally came and uprooted her life and spent months with our family to help us be able to be able to deal with it all. It's been it was overwhelming. Overwhelming is not even the right word that would even fit in that statement when you have a child that passed away. There's no words to describe that. But my mom uprooted her entire life and relocated here basically to help me and my family during this time of bereavement for us. And ooh, I couldn't be blessed. My mom ended up learning people's birthdays and stuff in the Charlotte area. She sends them cards and calls them. People are like at restaurants and stuff. They're like, is this you, Kim mom? Is this Kim's mom? I'm like, oh my gosh. How do you get to know people in a community so quickly? Like you've been entrenched in that community your whole life. That's the kind of mom I have. So Ella Spradley is my mom, and I'm honored that she is my mom, and I thank God I couldn't ask for a better blessing. All right, now that the whole world knows that Ella M. Spradley is my mother. All right, let's go back to San Francisco. Has a shelter in place for 7 million people, only to leave for food, medicine, and exercise. That's the only time you can leave is for food, medicine, and exercise. And if you're over 65, they're recommending that you completely be isolated to your home. And that's in San Francisco. Again, I'm trying to share information that's around the country, around the United States, because I want to make sure that it's people that are on here from everywhere. And I can see a lot of different, I can see a lot of different people on. Nationwide, 35 million kids in the United States are experiencing school closures. Now, this information that I received is from ABC News online. I was able to get this information from them. And 35 million kids are actually being required to stay home because of school closures. 46 employees. Do you remember the Kirkland Life Care Center facility in Washington, in the state of Washington? Well, 46 employees of that facility have now contracted coronavirus. So they are officially testing positive for coronavirus. That's startling. And I mean, we kind of talked about that the other day when we were talking about the fact that the employees are being able to go and come, leave the facility, go home, leave the facility, go to restaurants and to wherever else they were going. And literally 46 of those employees have now contracted coronavirus. Drive-through testing sites have actually been set up. And so around the country, there are drive-through testing sites. So if you're having symptoms, which we talked about with some of the symptoms, fever, you can have nausea, diarrhea. I don't have the symptoms back in front of me again from last night, but on my previous videos, I talked about all of the specific symptoms. But make sure that if you are feeling that you have any of those symptoms, then you go and make sure you get checked. And they do have drive-through testing sites available now. In New York City, starting at 8 p.m. tonight, it was all restaurants are being restricted to only takeout or delivery. No more sitting in restaurants to eat in New York City. And in New York City as well, more than 1 million children are having to stay home to do homeschooling through April 20th. That's the date that's been shared with us so far. Through April 20th is when the schools are going to remain closed in New York City. In Washington State, the first human vaccine, this is huge, the first human vaccine has begun, and testing has begun for 45 healthy individuals ranging from the ages of 18 to 55 years old. They're in phase 1 clinical trials that are underway, and the vaccine won't be available to the general public for at least 1 year. That's good information to know. I didn't know that. So learning this stuff through my own research too, and through all of the different sources that are available is also educating me. We also talked about making sure that when you wash your hands, I did a demonstration on one of my other videos. Make sure that you put the soap in your hands and that you scratch your fingernails into the soapy area. Okay, if you're not scratching your fingernails, you're not properly. And if you're not literally like squeezing your thumb and your forefinger with the soap around it, then it's not being done right. And it needs to be done for a minimum of 20 seconds. My hands are to the points of cracking because I've just continued to wash and hand sanitize because I don't want to compromise anyone else. It's not so much about, oh, I'm concerned and I'm so scared about the virus. That's not the issue, especially if most of us that are on my broadcast typically are Christians. So I don't have a fear of the virus. Let's be very clear. That's not what I'm not afraid of the virus. What I am is I want to always be obedient. Number one, I want to be obedient to the laws of the land. And I also want to be considerate and careful. I have 3 children that have cystic fibrosis. And I am a big believer that, whatever we can do to be more cautious, we should do it. Why would you tempt the Lord thy God? You don't have to do that either. Okay. Anyway, let me move on. Hospitals are setting up tents because there is an overflow situation taking place in the hospitals because people are laid out in hallways. And that is very important that we note that the hospitals can't even contain the amount of people that are pouring in that are dealing with this coronavirus pandemic that's happening. So tents are being placed in different hospital sites on the outskirts so that they can still be able to service the amount of patients that are coming in. Vice President Pence says by the weekend, another 1 million test kits should be available. That's good information to know because the test kits are not coming in quick enough for the amount of people that need to be tested. So that's some more information that's like a ray of hope type of thing, and grateful to hear that more testing site kits will come in soon. Right now, this is just as of today, 7,000 tests have been done in New York City and 329 have been done in North Carolina. I talk about North Carolina a lot because a lot of people that I know are here in North Carolina, and people know that I actually, live in the North Carolina area as well. But in South Korea, 275,000 tests have been performed. So that puts it in perspective of how little testing has happened here in our area in the United States. I'm just talking about New York City and North Carolina. So imagine more we still have to go. So keep those as well. Whew. Some more stuff. You got to definitely check out Wall Street with the Dow Jones and all of, I won't go into all of the details pertaining to that, but I do know that 30 million small businesses are in America, and Rebecca Jarvis is the person that spoke about that. So you can look her up and get some more information. I know it's very important information to what's happening with the stock market and what that means to all of the business owners, especially the small business owners. So make sure you do your due diligence and look into that. That's the only one-off that I'll give you because I don't have all of those notes in front of me. It was very in-depth information. Okay, right now the number of cases of coronavirus in the United States since March 1st it's like, okay, so here, again, this is information I got from ABC News. March 1st was 74. Now as of March 16th, 3,774. Ohio governor asked to cancel the primary for tomorrow. And that was something that other areas might be considering as well. And hopefully, and I don't know what the final outcome was for that, but I do know that that was a request. Also, actor Idris Elba announces that he has been diagnosed with coronavirus. He said he does not have the symptoms, but he encourages you, if you do feel any inkling that you might have this particular disease. We know already that Forrest Gump, I say Forrest Gump, but anytime Tom got coronavirus and his wife, Rita Wilson, it's just spreading. It has no respect of person. It's everywhere, And so keep that in mind, to pray for our celebrities and people that we normally love and admire on film that are getting attacked by this particular disease. And I shared with you where our prayer was from today. It was from worldvision.org is where I shared the initial prayer at the beginning of the video. So make sure you go back and you listen to that as well. New Jersey has implemented, it's the very first state to implement a curfew. Now they're saying that beginning 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. every day, people are to be in their houses. This is not stuff that people are making up. Yeah, these are like the laws of the land. Get in your house 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. Don't come back out until the next morning at 5 a.m. And at 8 o'clock p.m. the next night, be back in your house. Now, I know that there was a big thing going around today that was a hoax, and people, where's that? I wish I, oh yeah, I'll pull that up. And the one thing, it was a hoax about some type of major shutdown. I'll pull it up and just read it to you because so many people received this communication today. Let me see. Yeah, this was a communication that went out today. A lot of people received it. Please be advised within 48 to 72 hours, the president will revoke what is the Stafford Act. Just got off the phone. Okay, so a lot of people have been talking about this. The president will order a 2-week mandatory quarantine for the nation. It wasn't, that's not true. That was a hoax. It was actually something that was not the case. But the thing that I will tell you is that even though I want to mention that communication was a hoax, in a way, things are still happening where people are still being mandated to get in their houses at different times. So yes, that was a hoax, and I want to make sure that you know that. But I do want you to be aware that there are different states that are doing shutdowns to a massive extent because they're trying to really limit how many people are gathering together. That is not what they want to have happen right now in the government. They're making it clear. Feeding America. COVID-19 Response Fund is another thing that I found. If you're interested in donating to support more of a federal type of program, and you're like, you want to be able to put your funds towards something that's federally based, they help with food funds and federal nutrition programs, and that was on agdaily.com. I don't know the authenticity. I can tell you the authenticity from Gabe's Heart Foundation because I can tell you the team that's going to get it and what we're going to do with it. But I cannot 100% vouch for any other funding source. But Feeding America COVID-19 Response Fund, agdaily.com it has some really good information that I thought was a reputable looking site. So hopefully it is. Okay. Check with your local food banks. There are people, like I said, I've had a lot of people reaching out to me via Facebook, via email, via all kinds of sources, actually lots of private messaging going on. But there are food banks that are in your own local areas that are giving food. They're giving food to people. But the thing is, keep in mind, they are also experiencing a significant shortage based on the research that I did. Significant shortage is happening because the volunteers aren't coming in the way that they would like for them to because they're nervous, obviously. And then also they are also experiencing a shortage of deliveries. So if you're dealing with your local food bank, don't get angry with them if they don't have everything that you need right at that moment because they're being supplied what they need to give you in order for you to have your serve. The way that they're able to serve you is from being served themselves. So keep that in mind, and let's not be irate with people if they're not as quick to respond the way you would think that they should in a time of crisis, because they're in a crisis too. And even with nursing homes, keep in mind that the visitations need to be kept to a minimum, if at all, because right now the average age at the nursing homes is about 80 years of age, and so they don't nursing homes and bringing anything into the facilities that could further harm the patients that are there. So it's not like they're trying to prevent you from being with your loved ones, because they know that it's important to be with your loved ones at times of their elderly years, but they cannot take the chance of having the elderly patients in their facility contract coronavirus. That's important, and we can see how quickly it can spread once it gets into a facility like it did with the Life Care Center. So keep that in mind and just be kind to people. If somebody looks like they're trying to rush to an aisle and you're trying to rush to the same aisle, I'm a big believer. Just go. By all means, you're welcome to get it. I'm not going to fight with somebody over some water or over milk if I can help it. Now, I know times get rough. Everybody be like, girl, you saying that right now, but if that's the last case of water, I understand. I get it. And things happen and it can throw people out of character. And I definitely know that there are some things that can get up under your skin that can make you get out of character. But I encourage you, with the help of God, to just not let too many situations rise up where you're having rage, road rage or store rage or whatever it may be, because that's not helpful to anybody in these times. Your family needs you, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're raging with anybody else over some food or over some canned goods or over a parking space, because it's just not. We know that in the Word of God, we should treat our neighbors the way we want to be treated ourselves. Just simply do unto others as you would have done to you. So if you want to be treated kindly when you're out doing your shopping, treat other people kindly and say, you know what, ma'am, you go ahead. No problem. No, by all means, you. And I've done that a few times, to the point where my family, if you let another person go in front of you, they'll be like, that's going just too far. So you don't have to go to the extreme that I go to, but just be mindful that if all of us would be courteous to each other during these times, it would make life just easier. Washington Post said that nearly 159 million workers will get access to some type of paid time off during this coronavirus outbreak. The House passed Family First Coronavirus Response Act bill. I'm not sure if you all knew this. I know I didn't until I did the research, that the House passed the Family First Coronavirus Response Act bill. And it's headed right now to the Senate. If approved by the Senate and if signed by President Trump, it will grant 2 weeks of paid sick leave at 100% your normal pay. That's big. That's a big deal. At 100% your normal pay, up to $511 per day. And it also provides up to 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave at 67% of the normal pay, up to $200 per day. Now, gig workers, and they said self-employed people that do like gigs, and then if you're self-employed 1099 type of individual, then you're only going to get those benefits as a tax credit. So don't fight with the group if you realize that the category that you fit in does not afford you the opportunity to be on a paid leave situation. It will turn into a tax credit for you. Larger companies with more than 500 employees won't see this particular bill, because they usually have their own family leave acts and paid time off. So keep that in mind as well. Oh, hey, Mother Lofton. Hello, Mother Lofton. Mother Lofton is our state supervisor of women in the Church of God in Christ in the North Carolina 2nd Jurisdiction. And she has joined by broadcast on this evening. Giving honor where honor is due. And I'm just so grateful to have our state supervisor of women be on this broadcast this evening. And I'm honored to have you on here and thankful for your leadership. She is a tremendous leader for the women's department and has a great assistant, Mother Barbara Lockett. And I'm honored whenever I see you join my broadcast. So thank you so much. And I know that the women of God in the Church of God in Christ in the North Carolina 2nd Jurisdiction under our Bishop Stenneth E. Powell, we are praying for all of the people in the world. And I already shared a prayer earlier when I first came on. And keep in mind that we believe that God is more than able to do anything but fail. So I know I can say that on behalf of Mother Lofton and everybody in the Church of God in Christ. Okay, so according to the World Health Organization, the number of deaths are increasing on a daily basis. So they are having a difficult time just tracking everything, because it definitely is increasing. Keep that in mind. But Christians, as Christians, we turn to God in difficult times. We turn to God in times of joy and of celebration. But definitely in times like this, Christians lean heavily on knowing we are praying for God's mercy and his love to abound. We're not like doom and gloom, no matter what is going on in life. It's not like I'm just going to, I'm going to just crawl up and not believe God. I believe God in all things. And so those are some of the things that I wanted to share. In North Carolina, I keep sharing some North Carolina facts too, because this is where I live, and I know people are interested in that. North Carolina has 40 reported cases of coronavirus as of today. So 40 cases throughout North Carolina. A student at Campbell University was diagnosed. That's important to know, which I'm sure lots of the schools are shutting down anyway, but recently a student there was diagnosed. 16 counties have reported cases throughout the state of North Carolina. Right now, no deaths have occurred. 15 cases have Wake County, in case you want to know specifically which county. It's kind of, hey, Wynn, you. I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while. George Ford, my cousin, guys, I love you guys. Wynn, love you all, you and your family. Cases have come out of Wake County. 3 additional cases out of Mecklenburg County have been confirmed. 1 case in Cabarrus County, 1 case in Sanson, and 1 case in Iredell County. So those are some of the actual counties that have reported cases of coronavirus. North Carolina will stop all evictions and foreclosures for the next 30 days. So I don't know what status people may be in within their eviction process, but keep in mind that evictions and foreclosures in the state of North Carolina will come to a halt for the next 30 days. This is information that I got from the Charlotte Observer. So again, these are not Kim Jacobs facts that I'm just making up. I'm actually just pulling together resources and providing it in one location for you to be able to tune in and learn right from me, Kim Jacobs, doctor, as I share this relevant information with you. But again, all of the information is out on all kinds of sources, and you can sit and watch, CNN, you can watch ABC, NBC, CBS, you can watch Fox, watch whatever you want, and you're going to get all of the information that I'm sharing. I'm just giving you it right now. Okay, civil, criminal, district, and superior court cases have been postponed. It says civil and criminal, district, and superior postponed unless it's essential. Now, just because they're postponing it in the civil court case area or whatever at the courthouse, make sure that if it's an essential case, they will tell you, no, your case is different. Now that's what will happen if it's a case that's still going to happen. I'm sure they'll notify you if that's the case. Now, earlier I shared a way that you could give, because there are people that have been reaching out to me saying that they have a need, and they're not playing games. It's not like some hoax or anything. They're serious. They have financial needs and they have food needs. And I personally can't help every individual myself without having a community pull together and help me help them. So through Gabe's Heart Foundation, I'm inviting you to donate any amount. It can be $1, because $1 makes a difference. It can be $20. It can be $5, $10, $1,000, $2,000, whatever you donate is going to go towards helping these individuals. So please make sure that you donate to Gabe's Heart, Gabes Heart, and the Cash App is the $ Gabe's Heart, or you can go to gabesheart.org and donate, hit the donate button, and you can donate there, or you can call Cassandra Davis at 704-620-2786. I rolled my eyes because I hope I got the right number. Let me go back and look. 704-620-2786, and you can pay by credit card through her, and your donation will also go to Gabe's Heart Foundation. Let's see. I don't know if I have expressed to you, I express to you often, that I started a Mother Dreamer movement, motherdreamer.com/join, motherdreamer.com/join. And what happens is it's a group of mothers that all have goals and dreams, and we've locked arms. We literally are like lockstep, working together to help our goals and our dreams become a reality. Well, these mothers that have joined the Mother Dreamer movement, they are from all walks of life. And so I'm sharing with you all about the Mother Dreamers, because there are people right now, business owners and various companies that are represented on this broadcast, and you may be looking for someone that can provide a service for your organization during these critical mass times. And so I wanted to share some of the different specialties of the Mother Dreamers that are members. If you have a need for one of these type of specialties, please reach out to me. I will connect you directly with that particular person, and then they can provide that service for you. We have everything we need right within right at our fingertips. Within the Mother Dreamer movement, we really don't have to go outside of that to even get other people involved, because one of these mothers that are women in the organization do this thing, if that makes sense. So if you're looking for someone that you want help with real estate advice, how to deal with maybe your eviction or foreclosure or something that's happening, or you may be dealing with property that you have to get sold, or whatever the case may be that's real estate related, I have multiple Mother Dreamer members that I can connect you to immediately. You don't have to start looking at a phone and start trying to go through generic process. I can connect you to someone within the Mother Dreamer movement right away. Graphic design artists, whether you're looking to have business cards, brochures done, anything like that, make sure you know that I have a Mother Dreamer that does that. Makeup, you can just know that that's already taken care of. I have somebody that can do facial stuff with your eyes and everything be looking like, well, I mean, I hope I'm representing okay. I'm serious, okay now. Between Anijah, who helps me tremendously with my show, anytime I interview people, she always have my face done to the tilt, but I usually have like eyelashes and stuff. I don't have all of that right now. But Anijah knows what she's doing. And then so tips that I also get from Ebony. Ebony has been telling me how to do different little things, and I'm trying to get better at making my eyes and stuff look. Oh, anyway, I'm trying to do my best here. Then Tammy Tate, Unforgettable Tammy. She used to do my makeup back when I had my show at the old Praise the Lord studio in Fort Mill. Ooh, girl, it looked like I had serious artwork on my face. So anyway, makeup artists, I can get you squared away. Any of these makeup artists that know what they're doing. And restaurant owners. I have restaurant owner, and she knows how to get small business loans. Her and her company, how they've been getting all these loans to be able to officially take care of their business startup costs and stuff. A notary, if you want a notary, somebody that can just, notarize some of your documents. I have one of those. Legal documents, if it's like no contest divorce, and I know she yells out tell me different things that she can do. Just simple legal paperwork. That stuff that she can do, and it's like at a fraction of the cost that you would normally have to pay some other person to do. So keep in mind, if you need these services in your home and you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start? I got to now try and find a notary. I have to start trying to find somebody that does legal paperwork. I have somebody that I'm getting ready to bury in my family, and I need a burial gown, and the stores are closed. Guess what? In the Mother Dreamer movement, I have a person that does burial gowns. She makes them from scratch. Tupperware. I have a person that can help you get all of your stuff that you are getting from stores that you're like, how in the world am I going to fit all of this stuff in cabinets? Well, guess what? She has Tupperware containers that you can pour your cereal down into the Tupperware containers, and it like fits in perfectly. So make sure you know I have one of those experts. I have someone that helps with scholarships while you're home. And one thing that she's already said multiple times is the scholarship deadlines are not changing just because we are at home. So you can have her help with how that research process works. And she does consultations for that. Somebody that deals with courier services. I have a Mother Dreamer that does that. Motivational speakers. I have a young lady that travels to Ghana, and she actually travels internationally. So she knows exactly how to do, how to keep young ladies motivated and women motivated, and how to still reward and recognize your employees during these kind of times, even from home. I have authors, people that have written books, teachers. I have sales representatives that are within various corporate entities in the Fortune 500 industry. Dental office expert. I have a young lady that is, well, she's not younger lady, but she's middle-aged lady, and she's very business savvy when it comes to being able to set your business office up and make sure all of your forms are proper and all of your practices are in order. She deals in the dental realm, but she's an expert in this field. I have several nurses, but this one nurse has just the most bubbly personality. And in a time like this with coronavirus happening, I'm sure with her personality and her spirit, if there's just some basic stuff that she can give some tips on to you as a nurse, please know that she would help you. And if you want to join the Mother Dreamer movement yourself. Some people say, well, I'm not a mother. Well, guess what? If you birth in a dream, you're a mother. If you got a dream deep in the inside of your belly, don't make me start preaching. If you got a dream that's lying dormant on the inside, you can join the Mother Dreamer movement. motherdreamer.com/join. Oh, there are all kinds of hotlines if you want to know more about coronavirus, COVID-19. You can definitely reach out. Just literally type in coronavirus hotlines and people are ready to serve you and answer your questions. Nobody wants you to be afraid during this time. There are too many resources available for you to just be like sitting in fear. You don't have to be in fear at all. Just know that God loves you and he's watching over you. And I want to make sure I look through and if there's any other announcements that I need to make or anything I need to say, please let me know and I'll be happy to announce it. Hey, Kim, keep giving us that important information that they won't tell us, okay? Yeah, the information that I'm actually giving you guys is information that I found through deep diving and researching to make sure that I get you the most up-to-date information. And let's see who else had a comment. Mother Lofton, doing a great job. Keep us updated and informed. Be blessed and encouraged. Yes, Mother Lofton, thank you for being an encourager. Okay, Cassandra, thank you so much putting all of the ways that they can give with Gabe's Heart Foundation. And also if you want to join the Mother Dreamer movement, motherdreamer.com/join. So today's updates, I hope was very helpful to you. Don't think you're going to the movies because you're not going to no movie theater right now. As much as that hurts my heart, you know how much I love the movies. So we won't be doing that. And all of the drastic measures that President Trump recommended, make sure that we comply with the laws of the land that I outlined in today's video. And if you have any other questions, make sure that you feel free to inbox me. I was trying to think of one. I wanted to make sure that give me 1 second. I want to make sure that I go back through. I didn't have that note in front of me. But some of the symptoms, make sure that if you are having any of the symptoms that pertain to coronavirus, that you officially look up those signs and symptoms and you get yourself communicate immediately with your physician. Let them know in advance that this is the reason that you're calling them is regarding feeling like you have symptoms of coronavirus, and let them know that that's why you want to be seen immediately. But don't just sideswipe them and go in and then start telling them all regular face to face, nobody's masked up or anything. They're like, well, you should have told me that on the phone. You should have told me that so I can know to be prepared, you know, to prepare myself too for what you're going to be coming to me to talk about. Okay, so I told you how to wash your hands. Make sure you disinfect your countertops. Make sure that you quarantine yourself if you are having a problem. Don't wait for somebody else to quarantine you. And remember that these things, the virus itself is lying dormant in some people for 2 to 14 days. So you may have already had it and just don't even know it, you know, but you want to let your doctor know. Symptoms, that's what I was looking for from yesterday's video. Symptoms, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I want to say factual stuff. So symptoms are fever, cough, shortness of breath. It may be in your system for 2 to 14 days. So if you're feeling sick, make sure you call your doctor and let them know immediately, and avoid any public areas. Stay away from, make sure you stay, they said even just making sure that you don't be in close fellowship with your animals. That's important to know. And I remember saying that yesterday or something on another video, but I didn't know that until I researched that. So I'm doing like lots and lots of research for you guys. And so you'll see pages and pages and pages and pages, because I want to make sure that I get you the most up-to-date information. I think I've shared as much as I can on this broadcast. I will come back on, I'm sure, again. If you have specific questions that you have, I'll be happy to answer those for you. If you have a need, and I don't even have to say that because people have already been inboxing me and private messaging me to let me know what their needs are. And these people are not, they're not like pranking me or anything. They are seriously in need. So if you know that you would like to donate and you're okay, you're like financially okay, you're not having any major problems, you've already stocked up and everything, but you would love to be a blessing to someone else, please donate to Gabe's Heart, $Gabe's Heart on Cash App, or you can go to Gabe'sHeartFoundation.org, Gabe'sHeartFoundation.org, or you can also call Cassandra Davis at 704-620-2786, and she'll take a credit card payment for you. And that donation will go towards helping someone in the community that's in need. And if it's a person that's requesting it that's out of the state of North Carolina, we will figure out how to get someone in that local area to serve you through the Gabe's Heart donation that's provided, okay? So I can't make, this is only if people are donating. So if you send me a request and the people aren't donating, I can only tell you, they didn't donate, but if they donate, I'm gonna make sure you get what you need, and my team will make sure that you get what you need, okay? To help as best we can. All right, I hope that you have been blessed by today's broadcast. I'm praying for each and every one of you, your family, your loved ones, and I'm asking God to put his loving mercy and kindness all over the land to reverse the situation, because guess what? We can declare and decree something, and it can be so on this earth. So we're declaring and decreeing right now in the precious name of Jesus that this situation comes to a halt, that it gets reversed, and that everybody is able to go back to their normal way of living. All right, I hope I helped you today, and God bless you. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.